Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our second lesson. Today lesson will go through LO2, Learning Outcome 2. My name is Anjum Sattar and my email address anjum@ukeversity.co.uk. Please, if you have any question, drop me email. I'll try my best, get back to you as soon as possible. Today lesson LO2 consists of understanding performance management approaches and techniques. So performance. So last lesson we discussed what is the performance, how we can measure, and if you measure the performance someone, what is performance equal to? Performance equal to time, cost, and quality. A lot of people focus performance equal to time and cost, but not the quality of the service. Well, quality of the service is also leads us in terms of the cost in the long run. So that's why customer satisfaction, quality of work is very important as well, because the rework always takes more time. And other than that, I'll send you one book. It's called Performance Management. Performance Management, which is published by CMI. It's called Chartered Management Institute. Always good website to look around. CIP, Chartered Institute of Procurement, CIP. So which is, I'll send you the link as well. Chartered Institute of Procurement and as well is a logistic, which I'll send you the link, which is good to look around. They do a lot of research, and it's always good to be Chartered Institute very active on these issues, what is happening in industry, and they carry on updating their way of delivery as well. Okay, so today lesson first are assessment criteria and the learning outcome 2.1, assess relevance performance measurement within supply chain and operational management. So operational management, what is meant by, what is operational management, and what is meant by operation? Any example of operations? What we think? What is meant by operations? Do we have any operation in our organization?
Yes.
Yes, so we have a lot of operations. Supply is one of operation. Yes, there is a marketing, are also known. The department is known as a functional areas. If all these won't work effectively, really we can't achieve our objective. So as in operation, always we look around inputs, we always look the processes, and we look always output. So this we always try to reduce it. This processes we want to make smooth, we want to reduce time, yes, and we can get the output is right. So that's really this is all about operational management in all so we need to look around more in detail. Okay, so why performance measurement is in supply chain? Why we need performance? Is there any purpose of performance? Why performance? Do we need performance in a company or organization? And why in our organization need performance measurement? What do you think?
Yes. To gauge how effective they are, how efficient they are, how much is it costing them to run each function.
Excellent. So that's why we need to always do appraisal. Yes. What is appraisal? Appraisal is also measure the performance. Yes. When we say, but unfortunately, a lot of appraisal is linked with their like self-liking and disliking instead of actual performance. Yes. So that's why people suggest 360-degree. We heard about 360-degree?
No.
Okay. So yes, as we know in math, 360-degree meant by whole. Yes, whole circle. So 360-degree appraisal is meant by you don't do the appraisal of senior and junior. Appraisal can be from the tea lady even, yes, or the tea person who deliver, the cleaner, the supplier, the customer, your senior, your junior. Everyone giving views about you, your work, and how you deal, and all the points we can add it, and we can do the appraisal. So that can be unbiased, yes, because not everyone you know, but everyone you deal it giving you points, and every the appraisal will go. That's called 360-degree, and the basis of this. And wherever we have a gap, we try to be look around these gaps, and we'll try to be adjust these gaps. So that's we need to be make sure. Yesterday we discussed about model as well, which you can look around. This is also people call gaps model. Yes, where we have a gaps, how we can reduce those gaps. So customer focus on the product complexity. Yes, we can look around how we can product life cycle. What is the product life cycle? Do we know how many stages? Have we studied anything product life cycle before?
Yes.
So how many stages can be in a product?
I believe 4, from introduction to growth, maturity, and then decline.
Excellent. So that's, each stage we need to be look around. Yes, but what the product is giving us. Customization of the product. Yes, of course, different customer have different needs, so we need to be customized more. Faster delivery, real time monitoring, global scale, cost competition. That's a huge, increased sustainability. So what is meant by sustainability? Do we know sustainability? Or maybe we heard about 3 Ps. Did I think so? Maybe we discussed yesterday. 3 Ps: profit, planet, and people. So if we don't care about all these, we can't really sustain for the long. So meeting the current generation need without compromising the needs of the future generation. So that's we need to be focused. That's we can look around in our supply chain as well. In a performance point of view, we need to carry on improving, continuous improvement. So digital transformation, of course, supply chain, which we need to be, we can be go satellite, electronic tracking to improve the performance, and every day the time. Yes, we reduce the time because that's is a crucial. Why performance measurement in supply chain? Transactional supply. Yes, from ordering point to the final customer. This is one transactions. In accounts, each transaction we do record. Yes, and we can come out, how much is cost that transaction, what I generate from the transaction. So that cost me 100. Sorry, that I sold it 100. In the way of deliveries and all bit and pieces, it cost me 50. So 50 is my output. So I need to be think about, can I make my profit instead of 50? I want, next year I want to think about 60. So what I need to do, I need to reduce this bit. Yes, I need to find the supplier. I need to look around the cheaper supplies. Yes, I need to be manage everything. I need to plan. I need to look around different source so I can reduce it. Any question?
All good so
I'll,
far.
okay, so next we're looking example track and trace. Yeah, that's other, track and trace. It's quite, because now the parcel is issued from the warehouse. We can see on our apps, what's happened, where did it happen, why this happened. Yes, so we can see all from the beginning to end. So the cloud, of course, is technology, of course, is software, everything is recorded, everything is traceable. Even tracking can give through satellite, the signals as well, where the item at the moment. Yes, tracking technology, which is quite huge, and we are using this, in supply chain management to increase performance. Gale supply chain, which is we discussed yesterday, always we're looking process to improve shared information on real demand, collaborating planning and end-to-end, visibility. That's we need to be point of sales and the feedback. Always we need to be capture and the process integration, network based and the market sensitive. So we need to be look around the market sensitive, how the market sensitive. Yes, what is happening by one news, what effect can be on the sales? One news, what can be in the supply and demands. So all will carry on monitoring and will carry on planning. Okay, so benefit of performance, extracting additional values for existing data. Of course, we always look around how we can add value where we have a gap. So always good to be we have audit. What is meant by audit? What do you think? Why audit? Do we need audit? Our audit is just in account? Yes, so we need,
Really,
yes, so well said. So we need audit. So audit, it need each step really audit. Audit is mean is checking the accuracy, just checking and where we have a gap, how we can improve it, how we can reduce risk. What about risk? Is it risk is always negative or positive? What do you think? Risk is a bad thing or risk can be good thing?
risk can turn into an opportunity.
Yes, risk can be opportunity. Risk is the probability of happening something. Yes. What are the chances of happening something? But some people say, take the risk, high risk, high return. Normally we use the word beta. It's called risk factor. If higher the beta, higher the risk, higher the return. So of course, some supplies, it can be quite risky, some routes, but can be very cost saving. Like, maybe China is investing huge and there's a lot of risk involved, but end of the day is a high return as well. Okay, so transition from reactive actions to proactive program. We need to implying predictive data mining model different. We can look around data mining, data processing, supply chain, and we can competitive advantage. What is meant by competitive advantage? Do you know what is meant by?
Yes, this is something I also learned yesterday when talking about capabilities and competencies. That
Excellent.
having a competency can be a competitive advantage.
Yes. So what you have advantage. So as a country, every nation, every company have some sort of competitive advantage, but depend how effectively they use. The competitive advantage we have today, it's not mean forever because the is called declining. Yeah. So with the passage of time, we need to improve it. We have to increase our competitive advantage, not decrease it as an organization. If you will sit, stand, we not do anything about it, we not carry no continuous improvement, really we can't. So that's why it's come lean. We discussed, yesterday. We'll carry on improve. So we are competitive advantage. So think as a country, location, material, competitive advantage. Knowledge based economy can be competitive advantage system. Of course, the risk can be. So every somewhere is a competitive advantage. High population in the country, big country, of course, competitive advantage. We need to look around collaborative, persuasive intelligence, and the performance monitoring. We need to be make sure supply chain dashboard. Yes, that's dashboard, and of course actually on the computer, which indicates give you all you can, like even you have a Sage software. If you manage through Sage, have you used Sage? No. A lot of logistic companies even using. Yes, from ordering point to endpoints, and the warehouse inventory management can be through Sage software as well. And then of course the accounts can be prepared even, and can be, so that all system can be. So one other system is called Opera, maybe one software. So they, it's all being can be used to be managed and look around the performance at each stage. Okay, next we have 2.2 financial and non-financial performance and multi-factor performance may is applicable to organization. Of course, we can look around what is the difference between financial and non-financial. What do we think?
Financial measures would have an implication of cost and revenue perhaps, but non-financial would be not as such. They would be more transformative.
Yes, so we can maybe look around service quality. Yes, your, of course, even the we're not spending any money as well, but this can leads to improve our overall, the non-financial people know us, our goodwill, in the direct measures we're not getting any benefit, but indirectly we have benefit out of it. Yes, our reputation, our goodwill, good, bad, very good, excellent. So if we'll say 10% saving, 15%, so that's more financial. Yes, and other is more like quantitative and qualitative, we can look around. Okay, so business performance measurement. So each stage we need to do broad level, functional level, departmental level, team level, and then individual level. So each stage we have to measure it. If we don't do it, yes, so of course, we can't reflect it, we can't improve as an organization. So functional financial measures, which we can look around in the supply chain, cost of raw material, cost. So we can think about costing, types of costs. Do we know types of costs? Fixed cost, variable cost. Do we have anything else?
There's a hybrid model of these as well, with fixed for a point and then becomes variable.
Yes, so opportunity costs, step costs. Yes, other we can be semi-variable costs if we.
Yes.
Semi-variable cost. So these are all the costing methods. Fixed will stay the same. You have make the contract with the suppliers, and they say every month £1,000 you have to pay the fixed cost or membership. Then we'll do each delivery. What you send, that will be variable cost. So if you're sending more deliveries, and when you divide on the per unit, so per unit cost will drop when your deliveries increase, because your fixed cost is a fixed, doesn't matter you do it. Okay, what is the opportunity cost? Do we know?
Yes. This would be the cost of another.
Yes, so like doing this lesson, missing other opportunity that cost us. So we can look around selling this product instead of other, using warehouse for this product instead of others. Yes, our low value and high value product as well. Okay, step cost is stay the fix up to the capacity and then increase. So every room cost is a fix, but if we need to hire the second room, then the fixed cost will go up. So that's called step cost. Semi-variable, like if we have landline phone in our house, the call charges are the variable and line rental can be fixed. So we call semi-variable costs, where fixed and variable elements together. Okay, other costing methods as well. We can look around the activity-based costs. If your activity increase, cost will increase. This is also known as ABC costing, activity-based costing. Inventory holding cost, transportation cost, expired perishable goods. Yes, that's, sometimes we want to sell in pennies. We want to sell lower than, okay. We heard about dumping and anti-dumping. Yes.
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay, so this is dumping is mean you're selling less than the cost. Like a lot of Chinese companies accuse they dump in lot of European market, even US. So like steel industries in UK especially, and they said in various research, the steel is more expensive in China. The steel is selling in UK market is cheaper than China. In China, you buy the things expensive, same thing, but the same thing in another market, which is they are producing there and selling in the market cheaper than China. So that's it dumping. What do you think? Why they do?
Just
Why?
how the economy goes.
What we'll do? Few years will be the cost, yes, and we will harm the local industry. They will closed out. Lot of steel industries in the UK is closed because they can't compete. And ultimately, what will be happen afterwards will increase our price with step by step, and will carry on gaining. Yes, but the WTO, World Trade Organization, they make the law anti-dumping. If you've been found your goods can be banned, you can't sell it in that particular market. This is called anti-dumping laws, against the dumping, to protect the local industry, or the tariff can be introduced, huh? So taxes can be introduced to make it more cheaper. Okay, so credit for the incorrect filled or late deliveries from suppliers, cost of goods return, and credit for goods return to suppliers or the customer. So that's we need to be, how smooth that system we have. Non-financial cycle time. Yes, of course, we can look around how much time, lead time, and delays and the business processes, order to delivery, supply process lead time, and customer level, order fill rate, stock out rate, yes, back order levels, and the probability of on time. So that's regular we need to be measured. Ultimately, this can lead to the future order, and the future order can be dropped in. Thus, we need to be look around. Inventory levels, as the inventory carrying cost increase, the total cost significantly. It is essential to carry the sufficient inventory to meet the customer demand. Yes, sometimes it can be cost us huge. Raw material, work in progress, finished goods, spare. So these are resource utilization. We need to look around how. So that is crucial capacity planning. Capacity planning, and if we'll use on the full capacity, what will be per unit cost, what can be, and that's really we need to carry on. Any question?
All good.
Have we ever learned about the model is called balance scorecard? So this is balance given by Norton, one of the author. So he gave this is a financial perspective we need to look around as an organization, Any decision we need to internal business perspective, innovation and learning, customer perspective, vision and strategy, and always we need to measure the performance of each area. So that is crucial when we'll measure the performance. We not just look the financial side, but we can look what we learn from it, what we can internal processes. We are satisfying the stakeholders. Do we know what is the difference between stakeholder and shareholders?
Yes, shareholder has a financial interest and a non-financial interest, whereas stakeholder does not need to have a financial interest.
Yes, stakeholders mean anybody who has any interest or their interest will be influenced due to the action is called stakeholder. So shareholders can be a stakeholders, but not all the stakeholders are the shareholders, because the shareholders mean investors. So investor has the interest, but okay. So that's, we need to look around when we assessing the performance balance scorecard. Maybe we can look around our financial ratios. ROC, which is called return on capital employed, how much money we invested, how much return we have. Customer, we can look around the customer loyalty, on time delivery, value creation balance. Yes, internal processes, process quality and process cycle time, and learning and leading indicators and implied skills, we'll carry on. So that's the way we can assess the performance. Okay, assessing performance, yes, it can increase the shareholder values and create for the shareholder value. Shareholder value, it means the value of the shares can increase. I'm not sure we heard about nominal value and market value. Do we know what is the difference?
Nominal would be a face value without the adjustment of other variables. Inflation.
Okay, yeah. So that's, we need to be, because the nominal values mean the face value of the share, which is written, maybe the share is a £2, but actually market value can be 100 or 1000. Yeah. So that's, is market value. So we need to be, whatever the registered share value, we need to look around the market value. We are creating value for customer. Yes. If we do bad things, so that can decrease the value. Assessing, yes, shareholder value, creating share values. That's we need to be managed. Yes. And don't manage, earning, but always manage the value of the shares in the long run. That create, the value of the shares, dividend and everything go up, not just, yes, and shareholders feel happy to keep their investment with the company and not withdraw it. Okay, assessing performance, when we do, of course, look around the vision, market, financial, divisional, SBUs. SBUs stand for strategic business unit. Like if we look the Ford cars, Ford have Ford Fiesta, Ford Mondeo, Ford Focus. So these, each one model is called type of SBU, strategic business unit, and we can look around each, separate, but that should be leads to the overall organization objective. Business operating system and departments. Yes, so all we can, and that will help, to improve the performance. Okay, this parameters we can use. Challenges, yes, of course, a lot of challenges can be when we look around. 70% of performance measurement initiative can be failed because maybe people don't want to change. Maybe the culture in our organization, change management, we can use the concept. So if we want to change towards more performance, it should be step-by-step approach, not, create the fear and all, the people maybe not satisfied. Performance measurement have appropriate balance between financial, non-financial. That's we need to be look around, clear purpose, always draw and involve all the stakeholders. And then 2.3, evaluate and selection and application of the key performance indicator, effective supply chain management. Okay, any business we start, we need 3 M's. Do you know what 3 M's stand for? We heard about 3 M's? No? We need money and we need material. So we can say we need people, we need, yes, financial, and we need other asset. So we can measure the performance of each, separate as well. So each, we can key performance indicator, KPIs, like, a lot of people say, in food industry, you can earn this. So always look your industry KPIs and always measure accordingly. Any question up to now, please, if you have? Okay, so we need to be greater accountability, increase focus, clarity, better decision making, involving. Have you ever watched the program Undercover Boss? Yes or no?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, it's quite good to watch. Yeah. So this is why we are doing is we really want to improve performance and we want to understand our own business and then we can make the decision. So challenges: ineffective use of KPI, too many metrics can be, isolate can be, outdated beliefs, outdated the way of delivery, the productivity may be significant loss, like especially in our developing countries, unreliable data and lack of ownership, so that leads to low performance. So how to make the use of effective? How do you define the success? You have to draw the criteria, which metrics you will use to measure it, and how do you measure it? Yes, always draw the KPI, always look the performance in time, cost and quality, and whatever you will at the targets, always measure against it, but the target need to be, we need to be focused on the smart, yeah, smart target, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So alignment of KPI with the strategy. One, your strategy, you're cutting the cost and you want to improve the performance. You're not investing in research and development. How you can in the long, because your strategy, your action plan is not right. So we have to think about if you're investing today and it can give the performance future, because it can be short and long term effect of every decision. Okay, important key performance, of course, supply chain. It can be linked with the various, the function, and then you can set the KPI. This is all, in detail, so we can look around and errors and the data and the demand and the inventory record keeping all can leads to. Indicator of dashboard showing KPIs, you will see here. Supplier defect rate, supplier availability, lead time, how many days we are doing, so we can manage. Like you already mentioned, you're using CRM system, yeah. Okay, so 100%, yes. How many contracted, utilized, yes. How many customer, how many supplier we have listed in our database, but how many they are using, and how many deliveries we are managed. So next we have 2.4, explain how intra and inter organization benchmark can be help organizers. Yes, intra department there need to be management efficiencies. One of the great scholar, Michael Porter, he said about uh, always the failure of any organization is the failure of managers. So managers can make. So in management, we'll say 2 plus 2. What 2 plus 2 equal to? We learn about 2 plus 2. Yes. What 2 plus 2 makes? In maths, of course, we know 2 plus 2 makes. 2 plus 2 makes 4. Okay, so that's we need to be make sure internal benchmarking, external benchmarking, yes, process benchmarking, and we have to be 2 plus 2 can make in management 5. If we work synergy, we use the word synergy. Okay, no problem, that's fine, as long as you hear me. So synergy is mean we work as a team and we can reduce it, we carry on continuous improvement, and that will help. So internal benchmark, we can competitive benchmark, functional is the departmental, strategic is the long-term benchmark, and we'll carry on changing. Strategic important, organization readiness, how quick, and the market value by economies we can look around, and relative impact on the business. Okay, benchmark impact can be how we can internal if we carry on, and comparative and the best practices we can carry on improving. PDA, which is of course the planning, plan, do. Yes, so that's we need to be look around, and the cycle is never stop, it's continuous process. Okay, then the key consideration in logistic output, performance should be measured best class, and logistic processes all we need to be type of companies, like where how they can, and various companies they apply this competitive benchmark. Okay, that's all is we can look around the various benchmark. Benchmark is you can draw, but benchmark should be realistic, and then against we can measure the performance. So today lesson we discuss about performance, we discuss about financial and non-financial, we discuss how we discuss the model balance scorecard, and various other models we relate with it, PDCA, and we can look around. We mentioned synergies we can. And other than that, and one of the case study which I'll send you in via email is good to be read. One is strategic sourcing decision can be impact, performance and in the long run, and Zara's case study which I'll send you as well. Value creation in the global industries. This is the Zara case study, is quite good to read. Any question, please? If you have, you can chat if you can hear me. And they will keep up to here. I mentioned you Kaplan, how you can find the resources Kaplan if you just mention performance, and next word performance word if you type Kaplan, and you can find a lot of article about performance, and the journal and the chapter of books from Kaplan as well is good to read. And if you have any question, drop me email, and next lesson we'll go through assignment discussion. So that's all today, and thanks for listening and attending. Hope so I'll speak to you during our next lesson. And in the meanwhile, if you have any question, please drop me email on my email address. Thank you. Bye-bye.